Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Happy Sunday to you. I hope your day is going well. So as usual, I have some interesting stories to update you guys, and let's start with the Flamingos of Nigeria, who have now cruised to a 4-0 victory over Ecuador in a game that they played last night. Of course, I mentioned it in the previous video. uh, and what a really fantastic result that these girls got yesterday night. They were practically cruising. First half we were already leading 1 goal to nil, courtesy of a penalty from Mashoud, a penalty goal from Mashoud in the 28th minute. And you know later on in the second half, the girls dominated the game as usual, and then ended up scoring 3 more goals. First in the 54th minute from Chidi, uh, and then we had Effiong score in the 66th minute, and then Moshood also completed the goal scoring in the 90 plus 6 minutes. And with this result, it means it's two wins from two games, from two group games in the FIFA Women's Under 17 competition that's currently going on right now in the Dominican Republic. So the girls are now occupying the first position with 6 points after two games, and they'll be playing their third game against Ecuador. That game is coming up. Against Dominican Republic, the host country, and that game is coming up later on the 23rd of October. That should be on Wednesday. That game is going to be very early, 1 a.m. It should be Tuesday early morning, which is technically Wednesday here. It's a country in the Americas, so the time difference is really massive. If you want to watch that one, you're going to have to stay awake on Tuesday early morning, which is like 1 a.m. in Nigeria here. But good one for them. And I'm obviously very confident that they've already done enough to qualify. But the girls seem to want to do more than qualify. It seems that they are really powering on, and they're looking to maybe win the title. Of course, we are one of the favorites because the last time we went for this competition, we actually took the third position. So right now, I'm sure the directive, from the coaching staff and everybody's going to be for them to push on and win the title. But let's see how it goes. Congratulations to them for this really massive victory. Chidi Harmony was the man of the match, or woman of the match for that one. And as you can see here, she was given that recognition, for that one. But quickly moving away from that, just Peter Odemwingie, who was a fantastic player for Nigerian Super Eagles, during this time. But currently, he's a pro golfer, he's a professional golfer. But the man has now, reacted to the situation uh, between Nigeria and Libya that actually caused some really massive shakes around the world about Libya actually holding Nigerian Super Eagles on a hostage for several hours. So Demingwe has now reacted to this event, and for me, after reading a lot of reactions from football stakeholders and all sorts, I think this might just be the best reaction or the best advice I've seen so far. And for Peter Odemwingie, he said that it's such a shame, to see these kinds of things still happening in African football. Uh, but again, he goes on to advise Libya on what they should have done to make the situation better, especially when they felt that they were not treated well when they came to Nigeria. Instead of acting or taking matters into their hands, they should have tried to reach out. They should have tried to write a very detailed letter to CAF, telling them about what's happened. But in his own words, which is probably going to be better for you to uh, understand what he said it's a shame to see things like this happen. It's scary because diverting a plane to another airport is a whole different level. I don't know who was behind this, but it's clearly went too far. If they had complaints about how they were treated, they could have filed an official complaint. I'm sure Nigeria as a country can address such issues, offer apologies, or provide explanations. But to retaliate like this without explanation was extreme. The main people in football are the players, and I'm sure even the Libyan players are not happy with the situation. Some might even reconsider playing for their country after this. And this is, what Odemwingie has said, and this really resonates with me because, uh, you know, uh, William Chisekon came out after the event to say that he personally apologized to the Libyan team, to the captain, when they were marching off outside to play the first game at Uyo. He apologized to the team, to meeting the captain, to apologize on behalf of Nigeria, for how they were delayed, which is exactly what this man is saying here. And of course, as well, the players themselves, as the Libyan players, they actually wanted to play the match because if you followed it up, you realize that they were still training even when Nigeria Super Eagles had already returned home. The Libyan team were still training. They were doing training, doing final training, doing this, doing that. With the hopes that they were still going to play the game, but that just didn't work out. I'm sure they were disappointed as well that they were not able to play that game. But for me, this is by far the best advice that has been said about the situation, that they should have written their own complaints the first time when it happened to them, that they were delayed for 3 hours in Nigeria, instead of taking matters into their hands. But moving away, guys, but still about the situation, that happened in Libya. Chidera EJUKE, who's currently now with the Sevilla team, he and Kelechi Iheanacho, they are preparing for a really strong game tonight against Barcelona. It's going to be probably the biggest test, since they joined the club. But the man has spoken out for the first time after the Libyan incident, and he said that it was a really, really crazy situation that they didn't expect to experience that. He said that they were locked up in the airport, and to be honest, that they were scared at some point after 16 hours of nobody attending to them. They began feeling very afraid, and they didn't have any food to eat. What they ate was the snacks that they brought from Nigeria and the water that they also brought with them. But he said that what really helped them to defeat the fear and everything was the fact that they're stuck together, the whole team, the boys, and started motivating themselves, and that was how, the NFF came to their rescue in the end. But that's bygone. We're just happy that these guys are safe and they are preparing for this evening's game. Wish him all the best. Of course, hope he continues his form, from last time. And then for the final gist, Tosin Adarabioyo is excited to to play this Sunday's game. Just to actually have a match against Liverpool, which is going to be a really stern test, of course. But the man is really fired up for this one. He's actually posted a couple of things to show how excited he is for this game. Although it's going to be under probability if he's going to start, because it's not really been favored in terms of starting that by Enzo Maresca. But again, lots of Chelsea fans are beginning to prefer him to the likes of Fofana because he sort of brings stability to the team. But again, we'll see what happens. Of course, remember the man is still very open to play for Nigerian Super Eagles, but there's been there's a lot of things that still needs to be done for him to finally complete that one. But that's the update, guys. Thanks for catching this one. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, leave a like for the video, and stay tuned.